What's up, creators, creatrixes, and other conceptual creatures? I'm Wicked. I'm giving power back to the people, and you can't stop me. Welcome to a very special Samhain reading for Taurus. Taurus, Samhain is the liminal crossroads where death and rebirth shake hands. This is the witch's new year. The veil is thinner, energies are thicker, ancestors are louder, intuition is stronger, and every card pulled here is dripping with truth. So let's see what's in store for you, Taurus, through this next cycle with a 5-card spread. This spread is going to include the veil, the shadow, the flame, the seed, and the whisper. And each of these categories is going to give you a piece of insight onto how you can not only move forward into the next cycle, but make the absolute most of it. So let's dive in, Taurus. The first placement we will pull for is the veil, and this is the energy of what's fading, what's ending, what you won't be bringing with you into the next cycle. And for you, Taurus, this is the 10 of Cups. Now, this might be a little off-putting at first because the 10 of Cups is a very positive card, but it often has to do with foundations and resources, and so does your energy, Taurus. And what this message for you is essentially saying is that you are going to need to step out of your comfort zone. You are going to have to separate from what you are used to in order to get what it is that you truly want. And that's going to be a bit of a hard thing for you to do because you really take deep pleasure and fulfillment in your comforts. But if they're holding you back from everything that you want, is it really that comforting? That is up to you to decide, but you are going to have to release some of them. You can't take all of your baggage with you into this next phase. Let's pull for the shadow now. And the shadow is a message from energies hidden. This is something that's being revealed to you that needs to be accepted or acknowledged before you can move forward. And the shadow placement for you, Taurus, is the 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords is a card of cunning. And what this means genuinely depends on the situation at hand, because cunning is not always a bad thing. Cunning in and of itself is not a bad thing. But when you are using cunning to be deceitful, then it's an inherently negative thing. And this doesn't necessarily mean that you're even doing it on purpose, but I think you might not be the most honest with yourself about some things in your life, Taurus. For instance, what's holding you back? You might be aware of it, but you keep telling yourself that it's not actually holding you back. It's not in your way. You can bring it with you even though you know that you shouldn't. This card looks a lot like you're telling yourself a narrative that you know isn't true. And you're going to have to rewrite that story in this new cycle before you can move forward, if you want to move forward. Let's pull for the next couple placements in this spread so that you can get some motivation to move forward, because this is some big work and you're going to want a good reason to do it. Next up, we have the flame, and the flame is what still holds power in your life. This is the ember that refuses to die and what you are going to need and want to bring forward into the next cycle with you. Interesting. In your case, Taurus, this may not be something that you actually want to bring with you into the next cycle. This is the 5 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups, it can bring with it a sense of apathy. However, for you, this actually might be about detachment from those comforts that are holding you back, whether you admit it or not. And that is going to allow you to step forward into a new energy. If you can separate yourself from these things that are stopping you, it's going to be a lot easier for you to move forward. However, if it's coming across for you like a general sense of apathy, that's an energy you're going to want to recalibrate before you move on. There is a fine line between detachment and apathy. With detachment, you can still care. With apathy, you don't. And this is your life we're talking about, Taurus. So we're going to want to find some good reasons for you to care if you're relating to the apathy. It's the only way that you're going to feel motivated to make those changes so that you can really enjoy your experience here, because you are meant to enjoy your experience here. Life is supposed to be good. It's supposed to be fun. So if you've been feeling overly apathetic, this is something you're going to want to be honest with yourself about and not bring forward into the next cycle. However, if you've been working on your detachment and separating from these things that are holding you back, that is a great energy to bring into this new year. Let's go ahead and pull for the seed. The seed is what has been planted, what is going to grow with you in this next cycle. It is what wants to be reborn, what has been gestating in the dark, and this could be an intention, a project, a dream, or even a part of yourself. And for you, Taurus, this is the Two of Pentacles, and this is fantastic energy. This is about equal give and take, and it doesn't just have to be with another person. This is an energy exchange. So if these things that you have been holding on to, these comforts of yours, these things you view as comforts, aren't actually comforting, there is no equal exchange. They're just taking your energy. And that might be what you need to get real with. But it does look like you're becoming mindful of this. You're starting to pay attention to the things that drain you versus the things that fuel you, and are hopefully choosing the things that fuel you. Only putting your energy into things that serve you. It's not selfish, it's self-preservation. You have to take care of yourself too. We all know that you can't pour from an empty cup. So you can't pour your entire cup into just one thing that doesn't give back. I think you're going to see a more balanced side of yourself during this new cycle, Taurus. You're going to allow yourself to respect your own energy, your own time, your own resources, and honor them, because that's your power, Taurus. In order to stand in your power, you have to acknowledge it, and you have to treat it with the respect that it deserves. And in order to do that, you have to be mindful of it. You can't wield it if you're shoving it under the rug or if you're lying to yourself about it. Let's go ahead and pull for the whisper. This is a message from the unseen. This is something that either a guide, an ancestor, your higher self, or the universe itself wants you to know for this new cycle. For you, this is the Seven of Cups. We've got some interesting energies going on here, Taurus. We're seeing a lot of not necessarily positive cards come through in a positive way for you. You know, my initial instinct with the Five of Cups is to read it as that apathy, but the more that I feel into this reading for you and listen to my own guides, the more that I realize that it is about your detachment. It is the positive side of this card for you, and I'm feeling that with the Seven of Cups too. The Seven of Cups is a passionate card. It is often about obsession, but I don't think that that's the case for you, Taurus, at least not in a dangerous, dark kind of way. I think this is more about the passion. This is perhaps about getting rid of the obsession that you might have with these things that are holding you back, and allowing your passion to come through to find the things that you really want for yourself, the comforts that you actually dream about, not just the things that you have settled for. And I think no longer settling for less is going to be one of your biggest messages for this new cycle, Taurus. You have to be willing to respect yourself enough to go after what you deserve. Don't settle for what's here just because it feels safe. Safe, yes, it's better than fear, but it's not better than fulfillment. And you don't have to settle for safe alone. You can find safety in fulfillment. You can have both. You can have more. So don't force yourself to stay in one place when you are being called forward, to expand, to go on this new journey, to find the things that are really meant for you, the things that are your birthright, that are going to bring you that deep sense of fulfillment and align with your passions. This is going to be a powerful year for you, Taurus. You are going to have some big choices to make. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. You are going to have to decide which version of yourself you want to be, and you are going to have to commit to that version. It is going to take discipline, dedication, and focus. But if you are willing to walk this path, it is going to pay out for you. There is absolutely no doubt about that. If you put your energy back into yourself, it is going to repay you, likely threefold. That's all I have for this one, Taurus. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you're feeding for more insight, don't be afraid to check out your moon and rising placements as well, so you can get a full picture of what you can expect during this new cycle. With all that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe so that I can help you keep your third eye in the sky. And have an absolutely blessed Samhain, Taurus.